Foreigners in United Arab Emirates are told to leave UAE within 24 hours. And this is because of the threat of Houthi rebels. It looks like they're going to take the revenge of the recent attack and trying to hit the economy of UAE. The death toll in Yemen is increasing rapidly, and this is due to an airstrike inside the heartland of Yemen's capital in Sada. And this is very close to the Saudi and Arabian's border. Now the reports are coming in that there were a prison in Yemen that more than 100 people are dead and more than 200 are wounded in the airstrike. These figures are rising dramatically, and including women, children, migrants. Now rescuers are searching through the rubble for any survivor at the moment. The Saudi-led coalition has denied responsibility of carrying out the airstrike, which reduced buildings in dirt and rubble. Now, many people and children are badly injured in the hospital this week from the attack, which is a humanitarian crisis. This humanitarian crisis has already claimed tens of thousands of deaths and thousands to be homeless, in Yemen specifically. But now, the important point is, attacking a prison, is it the violation of human rights as per the United Nations Charter or the World Charter? But the biggest question is, what exactly is the issue between Yemen and Saudi Arabia, and why UAE is the part of this conflict? My name is Sabi Kazmi, and you are watching Conflict Times. This all started back in 2011 when Saudi Arabia wanted the government to pro-Saudi based. Remember, when it was Yemen is the most poorest country in the whole Middle East, and it is also devastated by the civil war which has been started back in 2011 when the president of Yemen wanted to hand over these powers to his vice president Abdul Rabb Mansour Hadi. When Vice President Hadi took charge, he faced a number of challenges, but one of them was the attacks from the jihadis organizations, which they want to bring their own version of Islam. In the south of Yemen, there was a separate movement which they want to have their own independent country. And the third major issue which he was facing was the ex-president had a lot of loyal armed forces, senior generals in the army, those who still following the ex-president, and they were still loyal to him. Obviously, corruption, unemployment, economical changes, food insecurity, these all issues were still a big worry for the President Hadi, but became Houthis who came into the scene and took an advantage of the new president's challenge. But the question again starts, who are these Houthis? They are minority Shia Muslim of the countries who fought against previously against the President Saleh and successfully took the northern part of Sada, which is the main province of Yemen in 2014. Ordinary Yemeni Sunni Muslims helped and supported them in 2014. And the rebels gradually took over the big capital of Yemen, Sana'a, with force. And Houthi got huge help, especially from the army generals, those who were very loyal to the ex-president. But this capture made the current president, Hadi, flew over abroad to Saudi Arabia, and who's the biggest Sunni Muslim populated country. Saudi Arabia made a coalition against Yemen by joining other 8 Sunni Arab states, which are Egypt, Morocco, Sudan, Jordan, UAE, Kuwait, Qatar, and Bahrain. The only country who was willing to help Houthis was Iran, and still is. Because if being a Shia Muslim country and a state, they start backing up the Houthis. Now the 8 Sunni Arab states, full of oil, gold, mineral, and very rich in the Arab world, are fighting against the most poorer nation in the whole Arab world. And then they are also receiving at the same time logistically and intelligently support from the US, UK, and France. Is called the Saudi-led coalition. They initially started in 2015, and they thought it will take them only few weeks to capture Yemen, and they can change the government. But it took 7 years, and the war still is going on. Houthis are becoming now stronger and stronger. The recent attack on UAE airport is one of the biggest success against UAE. It has shown how powerful they are becoming, and don't forget their previous attacks on Saudi Arabia. But they have captured a UAE's biggest vessel, which has 7 members even from India. And the recent attack of the airport where the 2 people have lost their life, 2 Indians and 1 Pakistani. The airport operations were stopped, tourism, all economy is getting affected badly now. Foreigners are really in trouble now. They want to leave UAE. And UAE, as you know, is trying to get a new defense system after this attack, and it's called Terminal High Altitude Area Defense. And it's been used the first time in the military operation during a drone and a missile attack on UAE. They try to defend it. But remember, it's a multi-billion-dollar missile defense system owned by UAE and developed by US military. And it has already successfully, of course, intercepted 1 drone attack by the rebels. But what is happening right now is UAE's economy, UAE's prosperity, how UAE is progressing in the world, peace for the region, Saudi-led coalition, Yemen and Iran. They're all still playing the same game. But at the end of the day, people in Yemen, they are suffering. Subscribe to our channel. Goodbye for now. To wait till next news will be coming to you on our screen. My name is Sebi Kazmi and you are watching Conflict Times.